Akio Toyoda, the grandson of the founder of Toyota, Kiichiro Toyoda, is stepping down from the Japanese automaking giant and appointing a new leader. This announcement was completely unexpected. I'll go through the main bullet points, but I'll also talk about my feelings and thoughts about Sato-san assuming the role of CEO and president of Toyota. So Akio is stepping down from CEO to chairman effective April 1st, 2023. He is a grandson of Kiichiro, the founder of Toyota, and son of Shoichiro, who is also a former CEO, of course. And he was appointed CEO in 2009. And it was a rocky start for him, not necessarily due to his leadership, but due to the things he had to deal with. He's immediately faced with the financial crisis. He then had to deal with the unintended acceleration debacle, and then the tsunami smacked Japan shortly after. He said in his 13 years of CEO, he was hoping that there would be a peaceful year, and there never was. Every single moment, there's always fires, essentially, that he had to be putting out in the business. And we don't really see the internal struggles and stress that he had to deal with. We kind of know him just as Marizo, the master race driver that has brought fun back into Toyota. The Gazoo racing or Gazoo racing is something we never expected Toyota to be doing in the modern day and age. He brought it back with a fury with the GR Yaris, the GR Corolla, the GR86, and the GR Supra. Make sure to watch my manual review of the Supra that I had last week. Absolutely phenomenal vehicle. And the good news is even though he's stepping down as CEO, he sees his main roles continuing as Marizo, the master driver, so he'll be able to give feedback in order to make great cars. And he wants to make Japan a little bit more competitive with the auto industry in total. Of course, that means with Toyota number one, but he sees Japan maybe losing a little bit of the magic that it had in the 70s and 80s compared to the Koreans and the Chinese really ramping up nowadays. And he is going to act as kind of like a support or like a phone a friend to the management team. Koji Sato was picked because he is young. Akio Toyoda knows that he's a part of the old guard, and his views and his ability to adapt isn't quite as good as the younger Sato-san. Koji was also picked because he's worked hard in car making workplaces and has embraced Toyota's philosophy and techniques and practices. And also, just like Akio, Koji Sato loves cars, and the purpose of him making cars is to help people smile. Every single car that Koji Sato makes, his purpose for that vehicle is to bring happiness, to make them smile. Akio says his youthfulness at 53 is very important for stamina, energy, and passion. He also mentioned that it's going to help bring younger people in the company up into more important roles in their 20s, 30s, and 40s, etc. Koji Sato told Akio that he doesn't think he'll ever be the CEO that Akio was, and Akio doesn't want him to be. He said, you need to be yourself, an individual, but more importantly, you're not doing this by yourself. You're doing this with a new team, and the team is going to be leading Toyota forward. Don't put it all on your own shoulders and on your own burden. Also, another big bullet point here is Chairman Takeshi Uchiyamada is stepping down. This is the father of the Prius, and he's been with Toyota since 1969. So he'll be stepping down and retiring, and they kind of joked around that he'll be playing with yachts and getting on the water a lot more. So let's get into the new CEO of Toyota, Koji Sato. He joined Toyota in 1992. In 2016, he was promoted to Lexus chief engineer. And this is before the LC500 came out, but he was the lead engineer for the LC concept, as well as bringing that vehicle to fruition. In 2020, he was named Lexus president and Gazoo Racing president. In 2021, he was named chief branding officer of Toyota. And then in 2023, he will be assuming president and CEO. And this is a big surprise, and it was a huge surprise for Koji. In December, they were in Thailand for a big race, and Akio sprang this question onto him. He's like, hey, would you want to be CEO of Toyota? Sato thought he was joking around, like they're just out in the open in the stands or whatever, or probably in their, their fancy booth. But Akio said, he asked him in the open because it wouldn't be suspicious. If he pulled him aside into a private room, people would be saying things and notice what's going on. He said because it's so loud at a race, he was able to just casually ask Koji Sato next to him if he wanted to be president. And of course, he said yes. Koji says he wants to transform Toyota into a mobility company, making mobility for all and making ever better cars. That's kind of Toyota's slogan or Toyota's purpose. What are my thoughts for Koji going forward? I think this is the best hire they could have done. He knows Toyota inside and out. He understands their values, their philosophy. He's young, so all the reasons that Akio appointed him are important. But for me, as a car lover as well, and just a lover of the LC500 and the LC500 convertible, this is super exciting. The LC is the best Lexus vehicle ever made. It doesn't mean it's the most impactful. We know the LFA is an insane car, but it's like a rare exotic supercar that's super expensive nowadays, that only lasted 2 years of production. And the LS400 was far more impactful for the brand, as it was its first vehicle and launched the brand and crushed its competitors. And I don't think I'm the only one who would say that the LC500 is the best Lexus ever made, at least, not talking about the LFA, for example. And Koji Sato was at the heart of the design and the perfection of the LC500. And if we can get the LC-ness drip down into the Toyota lineup, into the future of Lexus products, I think we're in for a treat when it comes to overall designs. I think this picture says a lot of Koji Sato and his oversight and his vision for just overall good design. All of these designs, upcoming designs, have been approved by Koji Sato, and maybe even he may have even had a strong hand in developing these designs. I don't know how old these designs are. They were first showed about a year ago, and I think this is a great glimpse of the future for Lexus and therefore Toyota as well. So I'm very excited for Koji. I think it's a safe bet because he's a hire within Toyota, and he just needs to gently direct the brand into a more passionate brand, a brand that people want to aspire to own more than ever. And of course, Koji will retain the reliability, the affordability, and just the overall Toyota-ness of the brand, but bringing it into a new era of electrification and mobility. But I'm going to end it there. I'll see you guys down below. Are you excited, or do you have any thoughts? If you enjoyed the video, smash the like button. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.